You think extreme pressure breaks your calm. You blame the deadline, the confrontation, the hostile room. But watch carefully what actually happens. You enter a meeting steady. One person speaks faster, another tightens their tone, someone else radiates urgency. Within minutes, your breathing changes. Your speech speeds up, your shoulders tense, your internal tempo accelerates. You call it pressure, but pressure did not enter your body on its own. You synchronized, and you did it without noticing. Pressure does not destabilize you. Other people's nervous systems do. And every time you unconsciously match their tempo, you surrender command without realizing it. And that surrender follows a predictable mechanism. The mind is not isolated, it is a signal receiver. Human beings are wired for synchronization. When someone around you accelerates, voice sharpens, movements tighten, breathing shortens, your nervous system mirrors it automatically. This once helped tribes survive. Now it turns leaders into reactors. You sit in a tense room. One person is anxious, another is aggressive, a third is impatient. You feel it. Your body adjusts, your tone shifts, your thoughts narrow, your calm thins. You believe the situation is overwhelming, but what actually happened? You absorbed unregulated signals. Emotional states transmit through microsignals, posture, facial tension, speech tempo, volume shifts. Your nervous system reads them faster than thought. If command is weak, it defaults to mirroring. And mirroring under instability means you inherit chaos. You were taught that high-pressure environments create anxiety. That belief is flawed. Pressure does not inject panic into you. It exposes your lack of insulation. When the room becomes intense, you assume the environment is powerful. But what you are feeling is borrowed acceleration. You interpret borrowed emotion as your own. You label it, my stress, my anxiety, my frustration. And each time you do, you reinforce the identity of someone who is affected by others' states. Authority erodes quietly, because the person who absorbs the room cannot regulate it. He becomes part of the instability. And the stronger the emotional signal around him, the faster his internal command dissolves. What you call pressure is often unmanaged proximity to unstable nervous systems. And as long as you believe chaos is external force, you will never train internal insulation. Over time, that belief becomes behavioral. This is where the damage deepens. Because repeated synchronization rewires your baseline. First you mirror occasionally, then you mirror automatically. Then you begin anticipating the room's tempo before it even spikes. Now you are emotionally dependent on external signals. If the room is tense, you are tense. If the room is rushed, you are rushed. If the room is anxious, you are anxious. You believe you are adaptable, but adaptability without boundaries becomes submission. Watch two men in the same high-pressure exchange. One speeds up when others escalate. The other slows down deliberately. One absorbs urgency. The other regulates tempo. One leaves drained. The other leaves dominant. Humans unconsciously orient to the strongest nervous system in the room. If yours is unstable, you will be tuned by someone else. If yours is regulated, others begin tuning to you. This is not personality, it is conditioning, and conditioning determines hierarchy. Now Stoic law becomes necessary, not philosophical, structural, and structure begins with boundaries. Marcus Aurelius did not attempt to silence the world. He trained himself not to internalize it. Epictetus did not demand calmer circumstances. He demanded clearer internal boundaries. The principle is simple. External signals are stimuli. Internal interpretation is command. From this emerge three disciplines. First, not every emotion detected must be adopted. Second, signal recognition must precede signal acceptance. Third, internal tempo must remain self-determined. When others escalate, you slow your breath. When voices rise, yours lowers. When urgency spreads, your movements decelerate. You do not oppose chaos emotionally. You override it physiologically. Because the strongest nervous system in the room sets the tone, and tone determines influence. Here is the principle most people never practice. You must become the anchor, not the mirror. When acceleration begins around you, you deliberately decelerate. Notice the first micro shift. Breathing quickens, jaw tightens, speech shortens. Interrupt it immediately. Slow your inhale, extend your exhale, lower your tone slightly, widen your visual field. Peripheral awareness reduces threat perception. The body exits synchronization mode. This is not passive calm, it is active insulation. When others compress, you expand. When they rush, you pause before speaking. Silence under pressure is dominance, because rooms recalibrate to stability. But if you do not control breathing, posture, and tempo, you will revert. Contagion is bodily. Affirmations do not override it. Training does. Repeated insulation builds resistance. Over time, the strongest emotional signal in the room becomes yours. Pressure does not control you. Signals do. If you absorb the emotional climate of every room, you will live at the mercy of unstable people. If someone's urgency can accelerate you, they steer you. If someone's aggression can tense you, they influence you. If someone's anxiety can destabilize you, they tune you. But when your nervous system remains self-governed, chaos loses leverage. The mind that mirrors becomes reactive. The mind that anchors becomes sovereign. And the nervous system that cannot be tuned cannot be controlled. If you're committed to emotional control and psychological command, subscribe and stand with this community. Like the video to support content that builds mental armor, and comment "Titan in training" if you're serious about growth. Let's build pressure that forges strength. Strength grows in silence, but titans train together.